Hello, it's Galen. Galen's got Parkinson's. It's quite clear what we're looking at there, and in big letters right across the middle. Wings of Glory. If you like all these bits of things, fancy you subscribe. I'd really welcome it. I've had nearly 4,000 watchers and so on this month, but I've only got 40 subscribers, and they're crawling along, and I'm told it's important for the algorithm, and I would like to have the effort to keep going. I'm working hard, and I don't know. I'm sure I'm doing something terribly wrong because you all hate it. But anyway, I'll keep plodding on till they pull the plug, either on YouTube or at the eye dependency unit, wherever that is. So, if you're not familiar with Wings of Glory, I would recommend it. Brilliant World War I aerial game. There is a World War II aerial game by the same company. I personally don't think it's good. I don't think it's the fault of the game. I think the problem is that aircraft, as they get more modern, fly too fast for the sort of weird intricacies and fun of what happens in this. So you get your aeroplanes, and you get everything in a nice little box. I've got a box here. I'll show you how that looks like. You get a box, you get a plane, you get the plastic base, you get 4 pegs for him to fly up and down, you get a card that tells you who the pilot is. It's very nice. That's sort of Series 2. They're like medium bombers. So I haven't got anything bigger than that. I did a fair a few years ago, see a Gota bomber. That was quite impressive. So in this pack here, I've got the name of the captain on the back. You have a look at that. And on the front, I've got a picture of the right plane, so I know to put it in the right box. B on the cards means that all of his action cards will be Bs. There. And then 15 is how many points of damage you can take before he crashes. I'll just put them there for now, and I'll put that there. Coming in towards him is one of my favourite planes, Sopwith Snipe. And again, William George Baker, 201 Squadron, Sopwith Snipe. Now he's an M, and he explodes on a 16. So he's got 1 point more of damage. He's a little bit more robust than the Albatross. And these are his cards with the M on them. There you go. Other things you get in the box, just out of interest. You get damage tokens. You get, these are interesting. I say interesting. I think they're interesting. You can make scenes. So you can put these on the ground, and the little red dots are enemy gun positions. And these are trenches. And on the back, you can have a similar thing, but not a trench system. So that might be somewhere you've got to bomb. You've got to fly over that card. And you get enough of those to make a good sized target, really. And they make interesting raids, photograph something and whatever. So what you do, in secret, and that's always tricky when there's only one of you. But officially, this is a game, we think at my club, we think this is a game played best between any number of players, but just have one plane each, because otherwise you'll fly off the board and turn round, you'll think you're going left and you'll go right, and all manner of weird things happen. So, I've shuffled my cards up. You wouldn't do that. I would try and predict what the snipe's going to do. And I've got to lay down 3 cards. And for the purposes of this game, I am doing it at random. Can I keep stressing? You do not lay them down at random. You choose. You're trying to predict what your opponent is trying to do. So, the Snipes cards, I'm shuffling them up. It's exciting telly, isn't it? That me shuffling them up where you can't see them. All the cards are different. So, for example, some aircraft might have absolutely brilliant turns, sharp turns to the left, but rubbish turns to the right. Some planes might only be able to accelerate with one acceleration card in the pack. So you can't accelerate 3 times, but other planes that are really nippy might have 3 acceleration cards. So all the cards have their own characteristics, and you've got to almost like, this. I don't want this to sound pretentious, but it's almost like learning to fly your plane. So what you do, I've got my cards. I'm going to move them to the side to give us a bit of space to play the game. I won't cheat. You trust me. You trust me. I'm a vicar. I'm not. Right. Well, let's start with the German. It's turbulence. So I've got the first German card. And what I do, I put it on here. There's a little arrow on the base. And I put it there, and then I take that round until the arrow at the back goes over the top of the arrow at the front. Okay. Now, I can shoot along this arc, which is marked on the base. But that's not going to hit anybody. So that's my turn. So that's what the Germans do. And again, it wouldn't be a guess. It would be proper predicting. Oh, that's interesting. He's gone for a sharp climb. So he's going to go up a peg. He can still hit people if the distance between you is 2 pegs, and the pegs all slot together. So that little gizmo goes in there like that. Ooh. Goes in there like that. And that goes in there like that, and that goes forward, but only a little bit, because it's taking a lot of effort for him to go up there. There he goes. So I've done that wrong. I've done that wrong. Yeah, that's his card. Oh dear. Right, it's him. He does that. He gets the extra peg. I get a slapped wrist for being an idiot. And I am sent to bed early with no tea. But that's not for the first time. Not for the last. Have you noticed how I'm resisting mentioning wobbly hands and Parkinson's? Are you not proud of me? You should be. I think you should be saying, oh, wow, look at that. Look how brave he is. He hasn't mentioned it once yet. Oh, yeah, I've just mentioned it now. I was killing time. Shut up. I moved that a bit too far forward. It's very precise, this game, isn't it? Let's move the camera. There we go. So, second move for the Germans. Oh, he's got a wibbly wobbly one. So, is that on there? And that goes all the way around there to there. Now, normally you wouldn't have all these cards on the table in the way, but I'm just showing the game, aren't I? So now it's the snipe. Oh. He does that. Now, he can't do that because I think that's part of an Immelman turn, and I'm not doing an Immelman turn. And so is that. Right, so he's going to do a squibbly wibbly wobbly one as well. That is the term they actually use in the Royal Flying Corps at this time when they were doing that manoeuvre. So, what are you going to do today, Sarge? So, are you going to do the squibbly wibbly one? So, oh, great, I like that one. And then the final card is these. Now, he's going backwards on himself. Now, that means they have things like Immelman turns, and you're meant to go a full one straight, and then you do this, and then you come back the other way, but you've turned round. So, anyway, if you know anything about Immelman and Immelman turns, you know what that is. And I think he's going to have to do an Immelman turn, because to be honest, he's in the middle of nowhere. So, I'm going to ignore the fact that he didn't go straight, which was cheating. I'm going to put him here, and I'm going to say he's cheated, but war is heck. Oh, because what that does do, I think, gives me a chance to use the shooting measure. So I'll put the shooting measure on. It touches there. It's got to be within that arc. And he misses. Look at that. He missed him. Well, can't say I didn't try. And then the final one for the snipe. And you won't. I've got the same with these reversing round flipping corners. Well, for the sake of this, it's probably not the absolute right card, but come on. He's going to do the same. Let's say he's able, like he's an early red arrow. he's done that. Okay. So, I definitely can't shoot. I'm out of range there. I know I am. So let's just have one more run through, see if I can get a shot off. That'd be nice. And I'm just choosing the next 3 cards. Please don't choose your own. You've got to try and sort of get yourself into a position where you can shoot at the enemy and then beetle off before he shoots at you. Okay, so it's the German's turn. And he's gonna, he's doing a wibbly wobbly one. He likes the wibbly wobbly manoeuvre, look. Like a sort of slewing thing. Puts him there. Oh, it's looking like a bit of... Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Now, at short range, which is sort of that bit, up to that white line, you get 2 hits. And at long range, you get 1 hit. And for hits, what you do, and I better shuffle them up, you take a random card out of here. So this is on the snipe. And he's got 1 point of damage. When that adds up to the number of points of the vehicle, he crashes. There's all things like catching fire, getting your rudder stuck, the gun jam, there's engine failure, leaking oil, there's a pilot gets shot, there's all manner of crises that can occur. So in actual fact, 1 point of damage isn't too bad. He's good, look at this. He's gone mental. He's gone there. I suspect that's a shot. But I'll check. Oh, it is. So he shoots along that line. It's definitely a shot, and it's definitely any part of the base, and it's definitely within short range. So, flippy floppers. That is the downside of this game. If you're not very dexterous, or a lot of you playing, things do get knocked. So the snipe has hit the albatross. 2 points of damage. 4 points of damage. So 6. Now the black thing means he's making smoke. So I'd normally go and I'd get a bit of cotton wool and I'd stick it on so that you could see that he was making smoke. In fact, I've got some cotton wool. Let's do it. In for a penny. In for a pound, as they say in these parts. Yeah, I've got some cotton wool. So he's making smoke. Like that. Okay. So he's making smoke, and I've gone wrong answer. Have I? No, that was a snipe. I haven't gone right. When we edit this, it turns out that should have been the albatross. I'm going to be really angry. No, the albatross turned and shot the snipe. The snipe's turned and gave him a right leathering, haven't they? Yes. So that little red thing means something. Well, I've got a card here. I just think it's got all the statistics on. Can I let you in on a secret? I was hoping this wasn't going to happen. So the rule book. My mate got the rule book, and he got it, opened it really proudly, and it was all in German. Which is fine, I'm not knocking it, but he can't speak German. He can barely speak English. I don't think he'll watch it. Special damage, that's what I'm looking for. Smoke. Right, it can't perform tailing until all the smoke's removed, but a smoking plane can be tailed normally. Fine, thank you. That's quite useful. Lots of scenarios at the back. Wings over Cambrai. Must be here somewhere. Special damage. It's not that. Oh, here we are. If a damage card with the jammed symbol, green or red with a Z, the firing plane has jammed its guns, I must show the other player, and I cannot. I take 3 jammed counters and put them on my console board, and I discard 1 every time. So my guns are jammed, which is a bit of a pooper. Again, a technical turn. I take 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. We had ages trying to sort this rule out because it seems sort of counterintuitive. I take the card because I'm shooting and I do damage, but then I get my guns jammed. So why do I have to have my... But of course I have my guns jammed, I'm the one shooting. But and I'm not clear on whether I should, but we say you get all your shots. So, because it's really hard to hit anybody in this, everybody's weaving up and down. Well, if you don't do that, your game never finishes. So that's that turn. Okay, so it's the Germans. And again, now we don't crash into each other. That's important to note. He's going to weave around here. So, and we say you just sort of end up side by side if you can't put your cards together. They're waving at each other as they go past. Hiya, hello. So he's done that. My turn, I take off 1 of these. I take 1 off every turn. I'm going to bank, technical term, you see. I'm banking all the way around here. There you go. He's banked around there. No shots, obviously. And the final German card. Oh, he's got guts though, lad. Look, he's coming round for seconds. He wants afters. He's having a bank round there. You wouldn't normally have your table looking like this, as like a bomb's hit it. But I set it all up because I wanted sort of everything framed. Which, as I've moved the camera around, hasn't quite worked because I can see a little teeny weeny bit of water room. My last card is that, which is a speedy dive. We often do that when we're on fire. And we say, and I don't know what the rules say, but we say if you're doing a speedy dive, you can put another card on, like straight, like that, and go really very fast as you peg it downhill. But you miss a card, you miss the next turn, so the enemy knows what you've done. So this German knows I'm there. He's going to go, and then he's going to go again. So he's got a chance. But that's where we're at, and that's how the game pans out. So I'm not going to go on and on and on and on and on because I do, and I know it's about 20 minutes. I think that's more than enough, isn't it? So let's see if I can give you a nice picture. You see what I mean about the game, all turning up. We're trying to do some sort of a short, maybe, and I hope it inspires you. I hope you've had some fun. It's a cracking game. It's very funny and very absorbing. And if you're a fan of aerial combat or World War One, I mean, you can include us on World War One, and you can play a game sort of as it's going on if you're really ambitious. But it's nice to know in your comments what you do, and maybe do something to send me some comments. Let me know what YouTube site you've got. Let me see your things. That'd be lovely. You show me yours, and I'll show you mine. Until then, ta-ra, Chuck.